Across the UK, there are families of all backgrounds with one important thing in common. They all want to breastfeed their babies.
You know, sometimes when I'm feeding her, she just looks right into my eyes and it could just make your heart beat so fast. It's just the most amazing feeling ever.
Get closeness and enjoy it, it's good, because of bonding.
You do bond with your other children when you do bottle feed, but it's a different kind of bonding, something that I hadn't experienced before, but I had done through breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding is free. It's always on tap.
I'm quite lazy, so I think that's quite a big issue in it. I don't think I'd like to be making bottles.
And it gives babies the healthiest start in life.
I'm interested in nutrition and health, so I think, you know, it's the best thing you can do for a baby.
It helps them progress through childhood. It kind of helps them through illnesses.
Hopefully he'll not have any problems, you know, any sickness or tummy bugs or ear infections or anything like that. Hopefully the milk that he's getting is going to prevent all that.
If you breastfeed, your baby is less likely to suffer from diabetes or obesity in later childhood. Breastfeeding is good for you too. It can help you lose any pregnancy weight and help protect you against some cancers.
It's one of the best things, I think, for us. And I love times like this when we're quiet and we're together and it's just the two of us.
He's so happy and content being on the breast. I wouldn't really think of giving him anything else.
So how do you get started? As we follow 9 very different women and their babies learning how to breastfeed, this film will show you. The first 4 women we will follow are all preparing to have their babies. Melissa is feeling a bit nervous about giving birth.
I'm scared about birth because I've never been through labour or I've never had contractions or nothing like that. I had a section with Scarlett. You want Daddy?
Looking forward to meeting the baby. Want to see what he looks like.
For medical reasons, Maria needs to have a cesarean. She's come into hospital to be monitored.
Disposable knickers. Aren't they attractive? Would you like to buy a pair?
Teresa wants to give birth at home.
Had a home birth last time with Beatrix. We've got a pool, an inflatable pool. It's got an inflatable floor, so it's quite comfortable.
Go in.
In a minute, when the side bits are done, and we're going to give birth in this room.
Hey, Emma, come girls, we're going to help Mum pack the bag for the hospital.
Angela is expecting her 3rd child.
I've got an older daughter at 11, her name's Anna, and I have a younger girl at 3, her name's Murren. She's really excited about having a brother-sister. This little scratch mitts in, that stops the baby's nails scratching his face, doesn't it? Yeah?
Does it make cry if it cracks its face? Oh, that's so cute.
Keep it cosy. That's everything all packed and ready to go, isn't it?
Over now.
Yep, close it over, Anna. Clever girls.
Maria's cesarean is scheduled for the next day.
Today, monitored the baby. Everything's fine.
Hey.
You wanna go home?
No.
No, you can help Mummy pack the baby bag tomorrow.
No, bye.
No?
Imagining that we're going to have this baby at night time because I've had mother labours at night, but I don't know what it's going to be. Just perhaps with some candles and some nice music.
Right, what's that?
I just can't wait till she's here because when you first hold the baby, knowing that the baby's here, and it's amazing.
When their babies are born, these women know that breastfeeding will give them the best possible start in life.
It is best for the immune system for a baby.
It's natural and it's easier and it's cheaper.
I breastfed my other children. I think it's a normal thing to do.
It's the best thing you can give your child.
Whether you're a first-time mum or you've done it before, it always helps to find out as much as you can about breastfeeding before your baby arrives. Teresa's going to a class run by her local breastfeeding support group.
Yeah, let's go through here then, shall we?
This week we're talking about breastfeeding and how to get the baby actually onto the breast. I've got a little game type thing for you to have a go at, and it's all about how babies feed and how to get the babies into a good position when they want to breastfeed. They are a fromage frais. Now, I want you to kind of put your chin quite far down onto your chest, so it's there kind of touching your chest. And I want you to have a go kind of sucking up your fromage frais and see what it actually feels like. Is it easy or hard?
Hard.
Yeah. Now, if you were given a fromage frais and you were starving, what would you do normally? How would you kind of normally eat it? What would you do?
Tip your head back.
Yeah, tip your head back. Yeah, you often go like this. Well, a baby, when they feed, they often like their chin kind of coming forward. They find it quite hard to feed if the chin's tucked here. So kind of chin leading forward often is a big help when babies are feeding. Another thing to try is actually putting your chin over your shoulder and see what it feels like to eat if you've got any left. That's almost impossible. You get that kind of tight feeling. So another thing babies really like is to be actually facing the breast. They don't like to turn their head. That, as we felt today, is more difficult for them. It'll probably feel a bit
The fromage frais game has helped Teresa and the other women understand how important it is for babies to be in a good position for breastfeeding, facing the breast with their body in a straight line so they don't have to turn their head. Breastfeeding may be natural, but it's still a skill, so the more you prepare yourself, the easier it will be once your baby arrives. For our first 4 mums, that moment is fast approaching. Angela's baby is 10 days overdue and she's finally gone into labour. Maria is getting ready for her caesarean.
Another one, I think.
That was great. I could see a tiny wee bit of it there. Well done. 16 minutes past. Fantastic. Well done. Excellent. Your sleepy head. Say hello to your mum and dad. There we go. That's better. Well done.
As soon as Angela's baby is born, she enjoys skin-to-skin contact.
There you go. You're absolutely fine.
This is a special time to bond with your baby. Skin to skin also has an important effect on you both. It triggers the release of hormones that tell your body to start making breast milk. And it stimulates your baby's instinct to look for the breast. Some babies will attach themselves and begin to feed at this time. Maria wanted to enjoy skin to skin with her baby after her caesarean, but she's not feeling well enough.
Here we go. Let me see you there.
She will have the chance soon in the recovery room or the postnatal ward. If you do need to have a caesarean, you should still be able to have skin to skin contact straight away. Getting your baby washed and dressed can wait till later. Skin-to-skin contact is also important because it helps to regulate your baby's temperature and heart rate. Dads can do skin-to-skin too.
You're just bright alert, aren't you?
As many babies do, Cameron has had a short rest after his birth. But the skin-to-skin contact with Angela has triggered his instinct to feed.
Beginning to start moving himself. He'll have a wee crawl. Yeah, he's beginning to waken up. There's a textbook for feeding as well. Yeah.
He sniffs and licks Angela's breast, and it's not long before he's happily attached and feeding away.
That's fantastic. See the nice big deep sucks he's having now? You can see him using his jaw and his tongue, and his cheeks get nice and fat when he sucks. And he has a wee pauses, and then away he goes again. Can you see how he's nice and turned in towards you? And he's in nice and close. I mean, really, to get them to attach, well, the trick is just put them in the right position. You put the baby in the right position, he'll attach perfectly. Absolutely great.
Maria is now recovering from her operation and breastfeeding her son.
He's latched on straight away. He was happy. So I'm happy. It's just amazing how they know what to do straight away. You can see his little cheeks going up and down.
For the first few days after giving birth, your body makes a unique form of milk called colostrum. It's tailor-made for newborn babies, with all the nutrition they need in a concentrated form, ideal for their tiny digestive system. Your baby will only take about a teaspoonful of feed, and your breast may not feel full at this stage. Colostrum also contains protection against illness and infections, which formula milk doesn't have. It is best for your baby to feed only on breast milk. Giving your newborn baby any formula or supplements can affect your milk supply. Breastfeeding your baby early and often will help your body prepare a good supply of milk for the months ahead.
It's a great feeling to be able to do that, provide for them without anything else, you know, just me, myself. And hopefully I'll be able to do it for months and months to come. That's my target anyway.
Some births don't go according to plan. Melissa ended up needing an emergency caesarean, but she had skin-to-skin contact straight away, and her baby girl, Crystal, was soon ready to start breastfeeding.
That's so nice. My boobs were numb, so I had to get help because of the epidural that I'd have from having the caesarean. My boobs, I couldn't feel anything, so I couldn't really feel if she was on right or anything, so I had to get the midwives to help me. I felt a bit embarrassed to doing that, you know, because I've had one before and I thought, God, you know, they're going to think I'm right stupid git because I don't know what to do. But it was actually all right.
Melissa got the support she needed to help her start breastfeeding Crystal straight away.
First time I fed her, she latched on brilliantly. She really did, and it was great. Breastfeeding is great. I really enjoy it. You know, the bond that you get with your baby, and it really is nice, and it gives you time to spend with that child.
It's obviously healthier for Crystal as well, and obviously it's cheaper. It's a lot less effort than getting up making bottles and having to make and wait for them to cool down. She can just get up and just whack her on her breast.
To some people, your breasts aren't for that really, are they? Your breasts aren't for feeding, but they are to me. They're not for men. They're for feeding, they're for providing food for your child. I know I'm providing milk for my child, and that makes me feel better, that makes me feel, you know, knowing that I'm making her stronger every day and healthier every day. It feels great.
Melissa and Andy's toddler Scarlett has quickly understood what breastfeeding's all about.
You got sauce, yeah.
She doesn't get jealous or anything like that. I think she just has a good idea that she's having a good feed, and that's how babies get fed, really.
Scarlett has actually tried getting a boob out when I've been feeding Crystal.
She sort of took her top up and she got Crystal and went to put her on her boob as if she wanted to feed her.
It really was hilarious when she did it, because at least she understood that that's what they do. They produce milk.
Maybe when she has kids and she grows up, that she will take the same experience on for herself as well.
Melissa is off to a good start. But some mothers who have more complicated births can find breastfeeding harder to establish. Teresa didn't get the easy home birth she had hoped for. Her labour wasn't progressing well, so she had to go to hospital.
Teresa wasn't dilating fully, and so it ended up having to go to hospital, and it was all mad panic and quite odd.
After like a bit of a bumpy ambulance, an uncomfortable ambulance ride, we got there, and then I delivered quite quickly.
And as he descended, his cord tightened, there was a true knot, and that tightened, and that cut off his supply.
So when he was born, he wasn't breathing. Just turned around and saw him, he was blue, and he was a bit of a gurgling sound.
So he had to be resuscitated and taken to neonatal.
So the first time I saw him it wasn't coming out of me and having this skin-to-skin contact, which we thought it would have and expected to have at the normal birth. First time I saw him was in an incubator.
It was really upsetting because I know Teresa wanted skin-to-skin contact kind of immediately.
I just desperately wanted to sort of just hold him and have him next to me.
Although she began breastfeeding baby Rufus as soon as she could, Teresa needs reassurance. She has asked Nikki, a breastfeeding peer supporter, to come and make sure Rufus is feeding properly.
Rufus? I can observe a little feed maybe later. Do you think would he be ready to feed now? Or?
He might be.
Nikki explains that if Teresa's baby attaches correctly at the breast and feeds well, it will help her establish a good milk supply for the future and overcome their difficult start.
Just for attaching him, you could try attaching him in cross cradle. Do you know what I mean by that?
Is that where, I think I see it, where you put your arm across like that?
Yeah, that's right. And aiming nose to nipple.
Nikki shows Teresa how to achieve good attachment. Bring the baby's nose directly opposite the nipple. Let his head tip back a little so his top lip can brush against your nipple. This should make him open his mouth. When his mouth is wide open, bring him quickly to the breast with his head back and chin leading. The baby can then take a large mouthful of breast, not just the nipple. The breast will be drawn deep into his mouth, so your nipple will go all the way back to the soft part of his mouth and you won't get sore. So, once your baby's head has tipped back, your nipple will brush his top lip. Wait for the wide gape. Then bring your baby quickly to the breast, chin leading. In this position, feeding will be comfortable and your baby will be able to take all the milk he needs.
So long as you've got your position and attachment right, it should be like that. It should be nice and relaxed and enjoyable.
For Angela, things have been easier. She's back home with baby Cameron and breastfeeding is still going well.
It's a great feeling to be able to, sit there and watch him and feeding away. It's a really special bond there, especially because he latched on as soon as he was born. So I really do think there is a special bond there because of that.
Like all the mums we've followed, Angela is feeding her baby as often and as long as he wants. It's called baby-led or demand feeding, and it means that she will produce as much milk as he needs.
It's pretty amazing that's all he needs is just your breast milk.
It's an amazing natural process with demand and supply in balance. Your baby will tell you he's hungry by waking up and looking for a feed. Then he may make sucking movements with his lips or suck his fingers or hands. Crying is a last resort, and it isn't always a sign of hunger. Maria is also feeding her baby Ronelle as often and as long as he wants. She makes sure that her baby is attached well. His chin is touching her breast and his cheeks stay rounded as he sucks. Maria doesn't feel discomfort or pain. She's also sitting in a comfortable position so that she can give Ronelle as much time as he needs to feed. She waits for him to finish and come off the breast on his own.
Finished already?
When your baby comes off the breast or stops sucking and swallowing, it's good to offer him the second breast, but he may be full.
No, I think he's full up.
You'll know your baby is feeding well if he is healthy and gaining weight. You should see about 6 wet nappies a day. The number of dirty nappies can vary. It's best not to give your baby teats or dummies, as these make it difficult for him to tell you he's hungry and can interfere with him attaching well at the breast.
And his mouth.
So that Melissa has time to feed Crystal whenever she needs to, Andy does as much as he can to help her out.
I help her around the house, obviously, do the chores, look after Scout, take her to nursery every morning, pick her up, help with the little one here, bath them, change Crystal's nappy as well, just everything really.
Andy is absolutely brilliant. Do you know, he's the best dad a child could ever ask for.
There you go, what did you say? Good girl.
If I'm busy with Crystal, he'll do stuff with Scarlett. If I'm busy with Scarlett, he'll do stuff with Crystal.
That'll be £5, please.
He does loads. He's absolutely brilliant.
It can be quite tiring. I wouldn't say stressful, but it can play in your mind maybe sometimes that you do want a break. But it's just great, really, being dad, so oh, well worth it.
Things are now going better for Teresa. She's feeling more confident after her session with Nikki, and she's making sure she has plenty of close contact with Rufus. This will help her body maintain a good supply of milk for him. At night, Rufus sleeps in the same room as his mum and dad. Keeping your baby close by you at night as well as by day can reduce the risk of cot death. Breastfeeding can also protect you against breast and ovarian cancer and gives you stronger bones in later life.
And it's a level brill.
The benefits of breastfeeding will remain with you and your baby for years to come. We meet our next 5 mothers after they have had their babies and are already enjoying the benefits of breastfeeding. Joshua is Sarah's 3rd child. She bottle-fed her 2 daughters, but when Joshua was born, she decided to breastfeed.
I just decided to give it a go this time. No particular reason. Well, a few of my friends had been pregnant at the same time as me, and they've had their babies and decided, you know, to breastfeed. And so I thought I would give it a go.
Because she had bottle-fed before, Sarah was happy to find that breastfeeding came so naturally.
He fed really well, and it seemed to sort of fit in with the girls as well. So I just continued to feed him.
A few months on, and Sarah still loves the ease of breastfeeding.
It has been nice. With having 3 children, it can sometimes be very hectic. So it just worked really well, better than I expected, really.
First-time parents Martine and Lenny are also finding breastfeeding easy and enjoyable amidst the turmoil of life with a new baby.
It has been hard getting used to taking care of somebody. It's like, before that, it was just me and Martine basically just taking care of ourselves. We could go and do whatever we want. But now we actually need to take care of someone. So it's getting a bit used to, but it's been good. It's been very good.
Most of the time people would say, yo, it's a lot easier to bottle feed, but personally I just couldn't be bothered and started boiling kettles and sterilising bottles, and at least when she's hungry the milk's right there right away. It's the right temperature, she can just latch on, start feeding, and that's it. It's just so easy.
I never really knew much about breastfeeding. I never really looked at the benefits and what was involved, but I knew it was something that Martine had discussed all through when she found out she was pregnant, and something that she really wanted to do. So I was happy enough to support her and say, oh, that's what you want to do, that's what we'll do, we'll give it a shot. Good, you're doing it well.
Lenny is keen to give Martine as much support as he can.
We've been changing nappy. When she's feeding, go and get us cups of tea or glasses of water, or go and get her pillows to make sure she's comfortable. Even dragging myself out of bed to sit with her, to give her a wee bit of moral support, just to sit there. So it's kind of a wee bit of bonding as well. Me and Lucy bonding, just me and her, just sit and talk to her, so that Martine could go and do something herself.
Baby Lucy is a week old and Martine is already looking forward to going out with her.
I'm looking forward to getting out and about with the pram and going to the park and just kind of doing all the things that you look forward to doing when you think about having a child. You think about going out for nice long walks and things like that and just enjoying time together, make the most of my maternity leave.
I've never seen somebody being breastfed, but it's not as exposed as a lot of people would think, saying that getting the breast out and to show it, it's not, you don't actually see anything, it's just the cup of the breast and then just the veins, the child's head, so you don't actually see. So it's kind of a learning experience as well, seeing that kind of thing.
I know some people get quite embarrassed about feeding out in public, but I'm just, if she's hungry, I'll feed her, and if people have got a problem with that, then that's their problem, not mine. If she's hungry, I'm going to feed her. Yeah.
The thought of breastfeeding outside the home was something that had troubled one of our mums, Linda, until she tried it.
At the start I thought, nobody breastfeeds in public. What I realise is loads of women breastfeed in public, but you just don't realise that it's happening. A lot of people think that your baby's asleep in your lap. They don't really realise what's going on. And I think once I knew that, my confidence went up. Now, I don't mind at all getting out and about with her. And I find it easier, because if we want to get out and about, we just put her in her carrier, strap her on, and out we go. And we're out every single day of the week now. So I haven't let breastfeeding stop me, and I don't think there's any reason why it should stop anybody from getting out and about as much as they want to.
Breastfeeding in public is not the only hurdle Linda has faced. Despite starting off well, she and some of the other mums we're about to meet began to find breastfeeding painful. Linda found that her breast became uncomfortably full or engorged.
I had boobs out to here, huge boobs. And the difficulty was Kiva wasn't latching on. Poor thing, I think I was just shoving her and hoping that she would find the right way. And obviously because the position wasn't right, I ended up with sore nipples.
Holly also found things didn't go smoothly. She ended up with various treatable conditions, including an inflammation of the breast called mastitis.
To begin with, it seemed very easy, very straightforward. For the first sort of couple of feeds. And after a couple of days, it was just the difficulty with latching on. But I had sore nipples, mastitis, and I also had an infection, a thrush infection.
First-time mum Heidi also began experiencing discomfort and her baby wasn't gaining enough weight.
I think maybe Annabelle just her mouth wasn't positioned in exactly the right place, and it just meant that she wasn't getting enough milk, and also that it was becoming quite painful for myself.
If your baby doesn't attach properly, she may not take enough breast into her mouth, and your nipple will rub against the front part of her mouth where it is hard. This will become painful for you, and your baby may not get enough milk. You can avoid this happening by making sure your baby attaches well and takes a good mouthful of breast, so your nipple is drawn right back to the soft part of her mouth. Even if breastfeeding doesn't go smoothly at first, by getting the right help and advice, you can turn things around.
I found it helpful to carry on feeding through the pain, because it just helps with everything, especially with mastitis. You want to sort of keep feeding, and so when I was in a lot of pain, I'd sort of put him on the boob, and it was good from there, really.
I asked to be put in contact with a breastfeeding counsellor. From that moment on then, the breastfeeding counsellor always worked with me to keep a check on Annabelle, to make sure that she started gaining weight and to make sure that there were no further problems with breastfeeding, such as the poor positioning that I had at the beginning.
I'd rang the helplines, but I think it was having the face-to-face for me that was really important. And I think the turning point was whenever I went to the breastfeeding support group. I think it was hearing other women that really, really made me realise, look, they can do it, I can do it, you know. And seeing women breastfeed, that was a big turning point as well for me.
Through talking to the breastfeeding counsellor, but also through coming into contact with lots of other women, through going to the clinics, I was able to see that everybody's experience is different.
It's just the support from my mum and my partner helps me because he was obviously there through the tears and everything, and I was lucky that I had my mum there to help me with positioning and everything.
To be a breastfeeding mum is absolutely everything to me. It's something that I didn't think at one stage that we'd be able to do. So yeah, it's an achievement for me, and I'm really, really pleased that as a mum I've been able to do it for her.
Linda and our other mums were determined to get the help they needed to continue breastfeeding because they know how good breast milk is for their babies. Research suggests that breastfed babies have a lower risk of suffering chest, ear and urine infections, sickness and diarrhoea. Children who are breastfed also tend to have a higher IQ. In the UK, it's recommended that every baby should be given breast milk alone without any top-ups of formula for the first 6 months. After 6 months, along with breast milk, you can introduce healthy food and drinks.
He was just turned 6 months, so she's starting on solids.
Linda and Heidi have fed their babies breast milk only for 6 months. Now their babies are ready to try their first solids.
About 3 weeks before she was due to start solids, I started letting her hold a lot of finger-held food, so she was quite used to putting food to her mouth. She took to solids really well.
Signs that your baby is ready to start solids are that she will be able to sit up, reach and grab accurately, wants to chew and puts toys and other objects in her mouth. You should never leave your baby alone with food.
You've got too much food going on.
It's exciting to look at her, but it's also quite sad in a way because, you know, all her food up until now, all her drinks up until now has been, well, her breast milk. So yeah, it's a wee bit like, she started to grow up. My wee girl suddenly got bigger.
I can actually remember becoming quite emotional when I saw that her nappies had changed and that she, you know, little things that just showed that she wasn't entirely dependent on me anymore.
I love to look at her and see how happy and healthy and chubby she is, and I'm really proud that that's been me feeding her that's kind of meant that she's been like that.
I would like to breastfeed her until she was 2, until I know that she was getting the absolute maximum benefits for her health.
Because of the enormous health benefits it brings, the World Health Organization recommends breastfeeding children until they are at least 2 years old. Ollie is continuing to breastfeed Aurora well into her 2nd year, alongside regular healthy meals with her brother.
Just adding nutrients into their diet, supplementing their health. It's just the best thing, really. Carry on doing it as long as possible. It's really nice and enjoyable, and it's something so special that only a mum can do. So I think I might be a little bit sad when she stops breastfeeding, yeah.
Sarah also plans to continue breastfeeding Joshua for a good while longer. Through breastfeeding, she is enjoying a special bond with her 3rd baby.
I have bonded with my other children, but it's a different kind of bond, something that I hadn't experienced before, but I had done through breastfeeding. You're their lifeline, and yeah, that's why I continue to do it.
All the women in this film have had very different journeys to become breastfeeding mums. Now, none of them would do anything else.
I'm really proud of the fact that I'm breastfeeding her, and I'm looking forward, you know, when she gets older, I'm looking forward to telling her that, yeah, I did breastfeed you, and it did give us a really closeness.
I feel really close to her when I'm breastfeeding. I can see that that's the best place in the world for Annabelle, and it's really important for me to know that I can provide that security for her.
I think it's very empowering being a breastfeeding mum. Like it's something all that I can do, and I think it's something that's given me confidence in myself.
Just because you're young, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Just because older people just do it doesn't mean that younger people can't. There's no difference. At the end of the day, we're all the same out. We're all mums, we've all got kids, and we're all providing for our children.
I look at her now, and she's just, 6 months old? And how big she's got, and thinking, that's all me.
They're both really, really healthy children for it, and she's never been ill, actually, and so I wouldn't consider anything else, to be honest.